Hi, I'm Renee Smith.
And I'm Tammy Fellers, and we're math consultants at ESDAC in Hutchinson, Kansas.
Today we're going to talk about a new deck of cards that we've created, and this is from the measurement domain, and it's about area and perimeter. So Tammy's got some cards to quiz me on.
All right, great. Renee, can you tell me what the area and perimeter of this card is?
Well, if we've studied area and perimeter, I know that the area is the amount of space inside, and so I can just multiply those two dimensions, and since they are both in meters, it would be 50 meters squared.
Great. And that's one thing we want to be sure that we work on with kids is it's 50 meters squared. Attend to precision. The label needs to be correct.
And then I know that to find perimeter, I add up all the lengths of the sides, and so I know that I've got 2 10s and 2 5s, so it would be 30 meters.
Great, thank you. Sometimes we did things a little different and we didn't give you both the length and the width. We've given you some different information, so this time the card says find the missing numbers. So Renee, can you tell me what the length of that side is that's missing?
Well, I can, because I can problem solve and work backwards, and so that I know if with the area of 70 meters squared and a 10 meter length of side, the other one would have to be a 7 meters because I'd take 10 times 7 to get the 70.
Okay, and then we still asked her what was the perimeter.
And so then I would add my lengths of sides, because now I know there's a 7 out there.
Right.
So I have 14 and 20, so it would be 34 meters.
Great, thank you.
The other thing that we did as we progressed through the deck was we started to make things a little more complicated. One of the things in the Common Core is finding the perimeter and area of compound shapes. So now on the card that you're seeing, you'll notice that 2 shapes have been connected, and in this particular one we did differentiate by color so kids could see where those different shapes came together, but on some of the cards they aren't differentiated. It's all one solid color.
Right.
So Tammy, still area and perimeter, what are you going to do?
Okay, well, so I'm going to attack the area first, and I know that that blue square has an area of 25 inches squared, and that green rectangle has an area of 12 inches squared, so 25 and 12 is 37 inches squared.
Okay.
Perimeter, I'm going to have to do a little bit more work, and some kids may have to redraw and actually put their numbers in, because you probably don't want them writing on the cards themselves. But I know that bottom piece of the square is 5. I know that bottom piece of the rectangle is 6. So right now I have 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 5 is 15, plus 6 is 21, plus 2 is 23, plus 6 is 29. Then I have this missing piece, and I can problem solve. I know that whole side was 5 and part of it was 2, so that has to be 3. What number was it I had?
I don't remember where you were, so
That's
it's 3 more than where you were.
3 more than where I was, and so now that's how many inches it was. And that's why your students want to have paper as they're doing this deck, so they can remember their addition.
But for your help, we do have the answers on the task sheet. Okay, so then the last card that I'm going to show, and you're seeing it now, there's a little bit of a problem here because all of a sudden it's not rectangular, and all of a sudden we've done something tricky with the measurements.
And actually, back earlier in the deck, they've experienced triangles before the end of the deck when they've experienced this. So triangles have been, we just didn't happen to pull any as this one. And so now you'll see I've just asked what is the perimeter, but you'll notice that we're going to have to do some conversions because some of one of the labels is in feet and 2 are in inches. And so again, you could have students go either way. We're assuming we're probably going to go with inches because depending on what grade level you're doing this with and their fraction and decimal work, that those inches are going to not work out. They don't work out nicely into direct feet, and we've done that on purpose for you so that that's an extension you can do as well. So those are just some of the samples of the different things we have in the deck. Like I said, we do have triangles earlier in the deck with all the same units.
And we stayed away from area of triangles because that wasn't appropriate at this grade level in the Common Core. So it's just going to be perimeter when they see triangles.
Correct. Don't forget, with the deck, you still receive a task sheet which gives you directions, some extensions you can do with the deck once that you've used the deck kind of in the first level. Also giving you some ideas for student accountability if you are using this in a small group setting, how you might hold them accountable for the learning when they're not at their teacher table. Thank you for being with us today.